Hello, welcome to another episode of Mirus Sofa Time. We're here at Datto to talk about all things continuity and backup and disaster recovery. Joined today by Chris With,
Hi Dan.
Account Director at Datto. So today we're going to talk about the importance of backing up SaaS-based applications. I think it's one of the things that's not really spoken about that much, and given how much people are using Office 365 now, people don't necessarily understand that it isn't backed up to the level you would probably expect by Microsoft.
Yeah, that's very much the perception now. 3 or 4 years ago, when we started selling our own SaaS protection solution, end users weren't really aware that you had to back up Office 365. The perception was that it's in Microsoft, it's in the cloud. They can access their data whenever they want, so therefore there's no need to stick to traditional IT methods of backing up your data. And actually, very much, it still is the case that you do need to back up your data and protect it with a third party.
Interestingly, I think within Microsoft's end user license agreement for 365, it actually says that Microsoft doesn't take responsibility for backups and you should use a third party. No,
they're quite clear. They say that they're there to provide for the security of the actual physical data center itself, and they have a commitment to ensuring the uptime of the applications, but they won't provide security for the actual data itself within Office 365. That is down to the tenant. It's up to them. They are responsible for securing their own data.
I guess we see a few use cases where we think that people should back up their 365 accounts. I guess the obvious one is when people delete data accidentally, and there's a short retention period within Microsoft, but the data effectively is gone. And there's a malicious activity that you have from users. I guess a good example is when someone leaves a business.
Yeah, we've seen it, and we've heard from partners and clients that when an end user leaves a business, if they're feeling particularly aggrieved, they could delete their whole email account and not have anything for the client to go back to as and when they would need to. In regards to the retention policy, yes, Microsoft does implement some retention, but that is only retention. It's not a separate backup. Yeah. Therefore, if that's deleted, it is also gone forever. Having a separate backup product or a separate backup solution in place allows the company to be able to go back and retrieve those emails at any point in time in the future.
Yeah, and I guess you've got files in OneNote that people still will accidentally delete them, still will disappear, and again the same when someone leaves, deciding to delete their entire OneDrive. I think another example we see is when someone leaves a business, not from a malicious perspective, but obviously if somebody leaves, you want to disable their 365 account that you don't want to be paying for it. Yeah. What do you do with that data? What do you do with that historical data?
Well, having a third party backing up allows you to kind of go back to that data as and when you need to. You're then free to use that Office 365 license for a new hire or someone else in the organisation, saving you costs as well.
And I think it's also, people that work in regulated industries holding data for however many years, whether that's 5, 6, 7 years in time. That's really important, and that's, unless you're using the enterprise level grade versions of 365, that's something that the small business packages don't offer.
Yes, and this is something that end users aren't necessarily aware of as well, as in terms of compliancy with the GDPR regulations. They may have to back up their data for a certain amount of time, or hold on to their data rather. The third-party application allows that to happen.
Cool, thank you very much. Hopefully that's given you a bit of an overview of why you should back up your 365. If you want to know more, get in touch, and we'll see you soon. Thanks very much.